Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and just want to talk about this tweet that went up a few days ago by Oscar De La Hoya, and there's a lot of videos on YouTube where they're talking about it. And he says, I promoted Bronze Bomber first 33 fights and made him a champion. If I was his promoter, he would be a star and Anthony Joshua would be begging for the fight and not the other way around. Now, he's referring to when Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions were working with the likes of Richard Schaefer, Al Heyman, and Showtime. Obviously, he split from that partnership, and his reasons for that were because he wanted to make fights. Back then, there was that cold war going on between Top Rank, HBO, Showtime, and Al Heyman, Golden Boy, Richard Schaefer, etc. Do you remember that? And I think he got frustrated with the fact that they couldn't make the fights they wanted to make. So he decided, he announced that he said, well, as Golden Boy CEO, he says, I want to work with Bob Arum now and make the fights that the fans want to see. That didn't go down well with Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer then resigned from Golden Boy Promotions. He left. Al Heyman parted company with Oscar De La Hoya. Showtime broke their ties with Oscar De La Hoya. Even Mayweather was part of that, Mayweather Promotion. So they stopped working with each other. And he's now saying that the first 33 fights was all down to him. That's why Deontay Wilder became the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Not technically true, because there are other people who were involved in that. Like I said, Richard Schaefer, Al Heyman, Showtime. You know, he was in a partnership when that happened, so it wasn't all down to him. And what happened was when he split from those partners of his, Al Heyman took near enough all the fighters with him. You know, I think he thought he could take the likes of Amir Khan, etc., and all those sort of fighters, those top names, along with him. And that wasn't the case. They stuck with Al Heyman, and most of those fighters are very loyal to Al Heyman because he makes them a lot of money. And obviously there was a whole court case behind it. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy took Al Heyman to court for trying to monopolise boxing. Top Rank and Bob Arum did the same, etc., etc. Now, he's put this tweet out. I'm going to give my opinion on this. I don't necessarily agree with this, because if you look at Oscar De La Hoya since he's left, I've got nothing against Oscar De La Hoya, you know, but since he's left that partnership, the only superstar he's produced is Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, you know, he's got other top names under him, but they're not superstars, not well-known stars. So like Jorge Linares, you know, at lightweight, you know, he's not exactly a superstar. You know, he had Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz left him because, you know, Golden Boy just literally put Luis Ortiz on the shelf and didn't really do much in terms of promoting him. You know, he's been trying to sign up and roll Spence and Mikey Garcia and all these sort of guys, and no one wants to sign with Oscar De La Hoya. And I think it's because his track record has proven that he doesn't promote most of the fighters he has under him well enough, apart from Canelo. That's his cash cow. That's where he puts all his money into, all his focus into, but he doesn't put his focus enough into other fighters. And it's the reason why none of those guys I just mentioned will sign with him lately. So I don't necessarily agree with his comments that if Deontay Wilder was still with him, he'd be a superstar, because I don't believe that at all. I really don't. I personally think, you know, Deontay Wilder, like Luis Ortiz, would have ended up on the shelf. And he would have ended up on the shelf, and he wouldn't have made the kind of money he's making right now. You know, a lot of people, you know, say, oh, he's not making a lot of money, but under Al Heyman, he's probably making quite a bit of money. Al Heyman pays his fighters very well. Don't forget that. I mean, that's why they're so loyal to him, because he pays them a lot of money. He makes them a lot of money, all of them, you know. So I don't necessarily believe or agree with Oscar De La Hoya that he would have made Deontay Wilder a superstar. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. As always, guys, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.